Funny, here we are on telling it like it is. A's podcast, obviously big news this day. So I couldn't do the podcast yesterday. I guess I had to take care of my dog Willie there. He's got a little old, so I had to take him to the vet. But usually we have it on Monday. But Willie came up clutch, made me push it off, and then we got big news today about the A's possibly moving. They've been talking about this for years. We have to decide: is it a bluff, B, legitimate, or is it, I don't know, C, none of the above? They are trying to get them to act. First of all, I feel bad because I know in 2019 there were a couple of games where they had the people of the city and the builders and the architects in the booth, and they talked about how they were getting approval to build a ballpark down by Jack London Square. Now, for me, I like the old stadium, but I don't live out there like you guys, so I'll leave this up to you guys to decide. I'm in New York, obviously, but a new stadium, I'm sure, could help the area economically. And if the A's won't spend, then I guess, I'll get over it as long as we keep the name A's and we keep the green and gold. We've moved before. I just don't want to go to Vegas. Vegas is not the spot I want to go. The ball flies out of there. We'll become an illegitimate franchise, kind of like the Colorado Rockies in that sense. And pitchers won't want to go there. And this has always been a great organization for pitching and defense. And I don't want to become that. I don't want to become the team that where you have to look at a player's splits because it's so dominant on one side or the other. In Colorado, they can say it all they want to disrespect it because of that, and I don't want to be any part of that. So the ballpark, what a big issue this is. But I really felt bad because I thought in 2019 we were going to get to keep the team there, and I was going to get done. It's funny, the Queen across the bay there, Nancy Pelosi, always talks about fighting for the little guy, but never puts her 2 cents in here. But she doesn't step up for us in Oakland there. I guess she's full of it, but that's a story for another day on telling it like it is. Well, we do like to tell it like it is, but we want to stay out of politics. But she should stand up for this ballpark also, but she doesn't. So the thing is, if they're not going to do it, I mean, Major League Baseball could just be calling the bluff. And, we'll see. I just don't want to go to Vegas. Nashville would be a good spot. I'm wearing a Virginia shirt. Northern Virginia's got some room. I wouldn't mind seeing that. The bad news is well, I wouldn't have to watch those 10 o'clock at night games anymore, which could be good news. But I just don't want to go to Vegas. Just don't send me to Vegas or somewhere where the ball flies like Albuquerque, somewhere like that. I just don't want to be one of those teams that's in an illegitimate. As far as the ball being different, I know the Raiders are playing in LA, but football's a different game. It's not about launching the ball 350 feet in the air. And I just don't want to become like those Rockies because the pitchers just don't want to go there. I know they've had some success. And again, they've had some great hitters with those numbers, but I don't want to be that. I don't know how you guys feel about this, but I just don't want to be that guy. I want to be legit as far as, the team. That being said, last week we finished up 9-8 on that 17 games, 17-day stretch. And, considering we lost a couple of bodies along the stretch here, Luzardo obviously fires after we had 6 pitchers. Now we're down to 4. Good news is we don't need a 5th guy till Saturday. We got some time to make up these decisions. Would have been nice to get 10-7, but the Rays are tough, man. I'm glad we're done with them. The 4-3 versus the Rays. Very happy about that. It was a tough stretch. 7 with the Rays. Several with the Blue Jays. This was a tough stretch, and the Orioles as well with Means. So these were tough series. So I'm glad that we're done with that. The Blue Jays, a very tough squad also. So over that 17 games, we wanted to be 500 in my mind. I wanted to be 500 last week, which was rough. We did kind of pull it off. This week we got a 6-game week starting tonight. They're playing right now. 3 on the road versus the Red Sox and 3 versus the Twins. I'd have to say I would settle for a 3-3 week. With this is the Twins' record is right now not where you want it, but they're still a tough team with some really good players. They got Josh over there. They got a couple of big sluggers. Sano, they still got some good pitchers, and of course Boston achieving way more than anybody thought they would. Well managed, well coached every day. But I don't want to be a downer, but 3-3 I would settle for this week. We did have some injuries, as mentioned. We just can't stay healthy. We can't seem to catch a break. We did get Garcia out last week, which is a big difference. Have Allen up there, and that's been a big help. But not great at blocking balls. We did see some bad base running this week. Overall, though, like I said, I was happy with that 9-8 stretch, and I was happy with basically, the week we had. We did get to 4-3 on the week, which we'll take. So we we'll survive with that. But the pitching, I would have to say the starting pitching has still been very strong for us. I still think that's one of the biggest bonuses of our team right now. I still say the relief pitching has been better. Lou did have a blow up on that one night. It was funny. We had a nice little mini win streak, and we're up a run on the Blue Jays, and then all of a sudden the Blue Jays erupt for 5 outs, 5 runs in the eighth there, and the next night, we lose again. We give up a little momentum, but I felt like we were in the midst of another great run. But that one inning, Lou blew up. Lou finally blew up on us a little bit, but he's been great, so you can't complain about one blown save. I mean, he has been shaky in a couple other games. The other day on Saturday, he was a little shaky, but Lou's been pretty good. But I think the bullpen still has been very solid. The starting pitching, I would give a B. It's been solid. We don't have a horse, but we've been good. The bullpen has been very good. Petit is, like I tell you, to me, that's the most important pitcher we have every year because he just does so many things for us. Diekman's starting to settle down. We do need to find that fifth starter, whether we bring up Jeffries or not. I still say Anibal Sanchez is out there. I don't like Samardzija. He throws it straight and hard. The last time we had him, I didn't like it. Leak, I think, is still out there. Former guy from Seattle. I'd really like to pick him up. I'm sure we could pick him up pretty cheap. But we could bring up Jeffries. The other day, we're up 3-0. That game hurt a little bit on Sunday. That would have been nice, but we didn't get it. What can we say? So we'll take what we get, and that's not a bad thing. But we got through that 17-game stretch, which is very, very important. And like I said, this week again, 6 games, and all on the road. So let's try to get to 3 and see what we can do. And like I said, against Minnesota on Saturday, I believe we're going to need that fifth starter. I guess after tonight, we go Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, fifth starter. Yeah. So we'll be right back in the thick of it. Our offense has shown flashes. We got guys getting hot and then cold. Jed had a couple of big nights, but overall he's been pretty cold. Laureano saved us a couple of games. Can has been consistent. We've had some good progress with. I think Murph is starting to play well. Chapman's above 200 now. Elvis is still a tremendously disappointing situation. Elvis made it difficult for us for many years, and now he's just not been good, and that is a big problem. We got to do something at shortstop. When Pinder comes back, maybe we could get some mileage out of Pinder at short. I'm not comfortable. I don't know. Jed doesn't have the range there anymore. At one time he did, but right now he doesn't. But Machine just doesn't have it. I just don't see it. So we're gonna have to step up here and find someone to fill this hole. I don't know what our AAA affiliates got right now or AA, since the minor leagues are really just kicked off. But we have to see. The defense has been pretty good. Oli has, had a couple of weird plays over there at first base, but we've pretty much made the plays. And Jed has shown a little bit of vulnerability on defense, his mobility and range. But Laureano most days pretty solid. He's banged up a little bit with a thumb injury. Piscotty's been good, and of course Brown saved us a couple of nights. He did some great things. He's got a good stick. I just want to keep him and Piscotty. I don't mind that platoon right now. Excuse me, because Piscotty's had some great moments and then has been cut off, like one by maternity leave, like we said a couple of weeks back. So Piscotty's a professional, so you can always trust him to give you a quality at bat. Might not always work out, but he's pretty solid. Excuse me. It's not COVID, don't worry. So the thing is, overall, I'm pretty excited where the team is. Like I said, that 9-8 makes me feel a lot better than 8-9. Although I got a little greedy, we're up 3-0 in the 7th, on the 6th. I mean, I think it was the 6th on Sunday. So I would like to get more, but this stadium thing, I guess, is the big news. And I'm interested to see what if Fosse's in the booth tonight. Maybe not on the road. Maybe it's just Dallas in the booth with our play-by-play man. But we'll have to see how people feel about it. So let me know how you feel about your stadium thoughts and wishes. I just don't want to go to Vegas. Like I said, I'll listen to both sides. You guys are out there, most of you. You're living out there. I hope the team can stay in Oakland, but they got to do something with the ballpark. I mean, I like the old ballpark, but I understand the beauty of a new ballpark and all the economic opportunity it affords. I'd like to build a smaller park. Nothing too big where we have empty stands. Well, I don't know why we can't just cut back and make it a little smaller and make it a little more intimate park. I mean, I have to say, though, I do like the foul ground. So I know we're going to get rid of that these days because seating is money. But I don't know. I wouldn't mind staying in Oakland if they would just fix the park, but I'm not out there, like I said. So you guys know what needs to be fixed. I know the toilets exploding in the spring is not a positive. But I don't know. We had some weird base running, by the way. Flashing back, if I digress, we had some weird base running situations the other day on that pass ball. Ole really hesitated. That was a tough one. But we need to in the eighth inning. That would have been nice to see what happened in that situation there. And we didn't pinch hit Laureano for Elvis. I'm not sure why we didn't do that. I think we still had some depth on the bench to put in at shortstop. I know he's trying to do it for the bigger picture and try to show that he has faith in Elvis. And I understand Bob Melvin do that. Like I told you, I've been coaching 32 years, so I understand trying to build trust in a player. But when the game's on the line, Elvis has been really shaky. So, when he gets over the 200 mark, we got to get him off the interstate. When he gets to the 200 mark, we can maybe, show a little more faith. But until then, we got to spot him. And Bob has done a great job of trying to spot him. He's given him a couple of different days off, and the guys behind him have not stepped up. That's why I really want Pinder back. Pinder just gives us so much flexibility. So that's something that would really be great if we could get them back. But right now, just not happening yet. But overall, like I said, pretty positive. Like to get a little more offense. Okay, a little better starting pitching. But we have to be pretty happy with where we are. But like I said, the ballpark thing, I hope it doesn't distract us. I hope the fans don't take this out on the team. Sometimes you get boos when you return back home. And it's not on the players. This has nothing to do with the players, but fans. I live in New York here. No worse fans than here in New York. They'll boo the players for anything. They don't care what it is, and I don't want us to become that. So that's one of the beauties of rooting for Oakland when you're here in New York is you see the love affair with the team from the fans. Here in New York, it's a very conditional love affair with the team. The minute a guy's 0 for 4, you're getting booed. Lindor's been getting tortured in the media here. He's, it's season's a month and a couple of weeks old. They're already writing this guy off. So I like the fact that we have some loyalty to our team. That doesn't mean we can't be critical of them. Some of the sites, people get on you if you're a little negative, but if a guy makes a bad play, it's a bad play. And remember, the name of this show is telling it like it is. So whether he makes a bad play or not, I'm a fan, but I'm going to be honest too. And if you make a bad play, it's not being a fake fan. It's being a real fan. A real fan evaluates the team. All of life is an evaluation, and we have to do that when we're looking at our favorite team. Whether you like it or not, you have to be fair and you have to evaluate your team. So hopefully we get a 3-3 week, and let me know what you think about the ballpark issue, please. Let's talk. You guys are mostly out there. Some of your other places like I am, but let's talk. And signing off on A's Weekly. Take care.